Hello everyone, good morning. I welcome you all for today's session. So in today's session we'll be dealing with problems on line balancing using a ranked positional weight method. Okay, it is abbreviated as RPW method. I have noted down the problem for you. Let us go through that. A proposal has been submitted to replace a group of assembly workers. The following table gives work elements and its predecessor. Use RPW method to balance the line. He has given the demand rate as 1600 units per week at the rate of 40 hours per week. So the working hours is 40 hours per week. Also calculate the balanced delay. So when he has asked us to balance the line, it means that he is indirectly asking us to allocate these work elements in optimal way, and he has also asked us to calculate the balanced delay. Before we could proceed, the mandatory prerequisite is to calculate the cycle time and also to draw the precedence diagram. Even though he has not mentioned again in the question that we should draw the precedence diagram, it is mandatory to draw it, right? So let us start the problem. So this is the given data. I have just added up these work element times and it has come out to be 6 minutes, which is total work content time. TWC stands for total work content time. Right, now let us start with the solution of the problem. So since we have been doing these kind of problems in the last two videos, the first step remains the same, that is calculation of production rate. Right, so that is the first step. So I have calculated production rate RP, which is given by the division of the demand rate, which is 1600 units per week, divided by the working hours per week, and it comes out to be 40 units per hour. Right, since our element time is in minutes, I cannot keep this RP in per hour, so I will be converting it into per minute. So I have divided 40 divided by 60 and it comes out to be 2 by 3 units per minute. That is the production rate. Now cycle time is the reciprocal of production rate, and if you follow this, 1 divided by 2 divided by 3, it comes out to be 3 by 2. So the cycle time is 1.5 minutes for every unit. Right, so this is calculation of cycle time. It is a prerequisite which we need to do before we could start with the problem. Next we will be drawing the precedence diagram. Right, so according to the data what he has given, let me construct the precedence diagram. So if you just go through this, element number 1 and element number 2 does not have any predecessor, which means that these two are the starting points. Right, so I'll draw element 1, element 2, the respective element times you please note it down. So for element 1 it is 1 minute, for element 2 it is 0.5 minutes. Now if you want to draw element 3, 1 and 2 are the preceding activities, so 1 and 2 I have already drawn it. Then you go for element number 3. Right, the time for element number 3 is 0.8. You draw the arrow marks. Then if you want to draw element number 4, it is preceded by activity 2. Right, so 4 comes here. Join this. The time for 4 is 0.3 minutes. Next, if you want to draw work element 5, predecessor is 3, so you can take it here. 5, work element time is 1.2. Join it with the arrow mark. Next comes work element 6, which is having predecessor as 3 and 4. So I already drawn 3 and 4. Next I'll go for 6. Work element time is 0.2 minutes. Join these two arrows. For element 7, prerequisite is predecessor is 4. So fourth activity is already completed. So for element 7, you show element number 7. Work element time is 0.5 minutes. Join this. At last you are having work element 8, which is having 3 predecessors 5, 6 and 7, all are completed. So work element number 8, work element time is 1.5, and you join these with the arrow marks, right? So this is the precedence diagram for the data what he has given us in the problem, right? So this should be my first step after calculating the cycle time. Now the second step is calculation of RPW values, right? Second step is calculation of RPW values. RPW stands for ranked positional weight method or ranked positional weight values, right? So I have written arrow chain and RPW. Now for work element number 1, okay, if I started from this point, I need to add all the work element times which come between 1 and 8. Starting from this point up to 8, all the values I need to add. So what I am trying to tell here is, so for work element number 1, the arrow chain will be 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, right? 1, 3, 5, 6 and 8, right? Whichever arrow is coming from 1, and it should go and touch work element number 8, all those work element times I need to add up. So in that case here I will be getting 1 plus 0.8 plus 1.2 plus 0.2 plus 1.5. So it is 2 plus 1 is 3, 4.5 and 4.7, right? So this is 4.7 is RPW value for element number 1. That is how you should calculate. Now for element number 2, so the arrow chain will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, right? All the arrows which are emerging from element 2 up to element 8 should be considered, and the respective element times should be added in order to get the RPW value. So from 2 there are 2 arrows emerging, so it goes to 3 as well as go to 4, so it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and all 3 converge to 8. So this is the arrow chain. Now you need to add up the times starting from 2, so it is 0.5, 0.8, 1.2, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5 and 1.5. So here you are getting 2, 2.3, 2.5, 3.7, 4.5 and 5. So this is RPW value for element number 2, right? So this is how you need to proceed. So each of the arrows which is emerging from the work element, it should go and touch the final destination or the last work element, and all those work element times you need to add up in order to get the RPW values. So if I continue it in a similar manner, so in the first case arrow chain is 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, RPW value is 4.7. In the second case it is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, RPW value is 5. For work element 3 it is 3, 5, 6, 8, RPW value is 3.7. For fourth element it is 4, 6, 7, 8, 2.5. For fifth element it is 5 to 8, RPW value is 2.7. For element number 6 it is 6 to 8, RPW value is 1.7. For 7th one it is 7 to 8, RPW value is 2.0, and for the 8th element it is 8, RPW value is 1.5. Right, so I have shown first 3 cases how to calculate the RPW value. Similarly, you need to do it for the remaining 5 cases. Right. Once if we get this table, next the second step would be to arrange the work elements in descending order of RPW value. Right? Descending order of RPW value. So whatever the values you find it in this table, you need to rearrange it. So if you rearrange, we'll be getting, so work element number 2, RPW value is 5.0. Work element number 1, RPW value is 4.7. Work element number 3, 3.7. Work element number 5, you are getting 2.7. Then you are having work element number 4, 2.5. Work element number 7, 2.0. Work element number 6, 1.7. Work element number 8, 1.5. Right, so whatever the values I got in the previous table, I have just rearranged it in descending order. Respective work element time and predecessors, you please note it. So for work element number 2, the time required is 0.5. For 1, it is 1 minute. 0.8, 1.2, 0.3, 0.5, 0.2 and 1.5. Right, so these values are given in the question itself. You just need to copy the same values with respect to the element number. So if you are writing it for second element, pick up the work element time from the given data and write it here. Right, same holds good for the predecessor values as well. So 1, 2, here you are having 3, 2, 4, 3, 4, and for the 8th element it is 5, 6, 7. Right, so I have just rearranged whatever values I have calculated, then I have written the respective work element times and the predecessors, because these two are important for me in order to allocate the workstations. Okay, now third step is allocation of workstations. You need to allocate these work elements to the respective workstations, and in order to do that you need to follow 2 criteria. First criteria is the predecessor feasibility, and the second criteria is the total sum of the work elements on a particular workstation should be less than or equal to the cycle time. In this case the cycle time is 1.5 minutes. So using these 2 criteria, I need to allot these work elements into workstations. So if I start with that, I'll be allotting the first 2 elements to workstation number 1. Reason is these 2 elements does not have any preceding activities, which means that these 2 are the starting elements. That is the reason I have allotted it to station number 1. If you just sum up the element times, it comes out to be 1.5, which is once again equal to cycle time, and it is accepted. Right. Next, you go for the work element which are having precedences as 1 and 2. So if you just check out, work element 3 is having predecessor as 1 and 2. Right. So this you can allot it for station number 2. So TE is 0.8 in this case. Maximum what I can allot is 1.5. It's so still 0.7 is can be accommodated, and let me check whether it is feasible. So proceeding further, I am having 0.3. Fourth element is 0.3 and its precedence activity is 2. Precedence activity is 2 and 2 is already completed. So yes, I can also allot work element 4 for station number 2. Now in this case 0.8 plus 0.3, so the sum of work elements on station number 2 is now 1.1. Maximum it can be 1.5. So still there is scope. Let me check out. Now next element is work element number 7, but for that precedence is 4, right? So precedence is 4 and the time is 0.5, but I can accommodate only 0.4 because 1.1 I have already accommodated, so this is not possible. Now work element number 6, precedences are 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is already completed and the work element time is 0.2, and that is the reason I allot it to station number 2. So there are totally 3 elements on workstation number 2, element number 3, element number 4 and element number 6. The total work content time is 0.8 plus 0.3 plus 0.2, right? So it is still less than 1.5, and that is the reason I have allotted work element number 6 to station number 2. Next, let me go for workstation number 3. So work element number 5, you can give it to workstation number 3. Work element number 5, you can give it to workstation number 3. Why? Because the preceding activity is 3 I have already allotted, so it is done. Total time is 1.2, which is less than 1.5, so yes, it can be allotted to station number 3. Now remaining 2 times are greater than 0.3, so none of these can be accommodated on the same station. So station number 3 has just one work element, that is work element number 5, right? So proceeding, next I am having work element number 7. Precedence activity is 4. 4 is already completed, so 7 can be allotted to station number 4. Total work content time is 0.5, which is less than 1.5, so both the conditions are accepted, right? Next, at last, you are having just one element whose station number is 5. You can allot it to workstation number 5. Total time is also 1.5, which is equal to cycle time, and all precedences 5, 6, 7, 5, 6 and 7 all are allotted, right? So if you just go through this allocation, I'll find that the total number of workstations is equal to 5, something like this: 2, 3, 4 and 5. So workstation 1, workstation 2, workstation 3, workstation 4 and workstation 5. So on workstation number 1, you are having 2 elements, 1 and 2. For workstation number 2, there are 3 elements, 3, 4 and 6. 3, 4, 6. For workstation number 3, there is only one element, which is 5. For workstation number 4, also we are having one element, 7, and at last for workstation number 5, I am having only one element, that is 8. Right? So number of workstations is equal to 5 in this case, right? So I have calculated the RPW values, I have rearranged them, I have allocated them to the respective workstations by using 2 criteria, that is the precedence feasibility and sum of workstation time should be less than or equal to cycle time. And after doing that, I see that I am having 5 workstations which are allotted with the 2 conditions which should be satisfied. And at last, I need to calculate balance delay. So it is given by n into Tc minus total work content time divided by n into Tc, and the whole fraction you need to multiply by 100. So total number of workstations from the previous step we get it as 5. Cycle time is 1.5. Total work content time in this particular problem is 6 minutes. 5 into 1.5. So you will be getting this as into 100. So balance delay is 20%. Right? So that's it for today's session. Thank you.